I work third shift, and I'm sure that many of you will agree with me when I say that we all wish that we got more sleep every day. The Neurodiagnostics and Sleep Medicine Institute states in their article, Poor Sleep Challenging the Health of a Nation, insomnia affects 10 to 15% of the general population and is the most prevalent sleep problem. According to the 2012 U.S. Census Bureau, there are 313.9 million people in the U.S. If you do the math, that comes out to roughly 46.9 million people suffering from sleep deprivation and insomnia alone. Now, if you aren't suffering from sleep deprivation directly, that doesn't mean the issue doesn't affect you. The National Sleep Foundation estimates that poor sleep costs America billions of dollars a year and greatly compromises public safety and health. So you see, sleep deprivation is a problem that affects everyone, even though you may not suffer from it directly. The effects go far beyond a single person. For this reason, it is important to understand how sleep deprivation affects people individually and as a population, and things that you can do to correct your poor sleep hygiene. From an individual standpoint, there are many consequences associated with sleep deprivation. There are many physiological issues that are linked to sleep deprivation. In an article, Causes and Consequences of Sleep Deprivation of Hospitalized Patients, published by Nursing Standard, it states that sleep deprivation can result in altered immune function, thereby increasing an individual's susceptibility to illness, which makes you more likely to get sick, in other words. According to a newsletter published by the Mayo Clinic, Good Night, Sleep Tight, studies suggest that sleep gives our bodies a much-needed break from its fully operational mode and provides time for faulty cell repair. So the damage that you do during the day is fixed during the night while you're sleeping. The article published by the Nursing Standard states that sleep deprivation places the body in a perceived state of inflammation by increasing secretion of inflammatory markers, thereby heightening the immune response and stimulating the stress response. Stress is also known as cortisol, and cortisol has been linked in sleep studies that show that too much cortisol, too much hormone of the cortisol prevents deep sleep. Many psychological issues are consequences of sleep deprivation. In the article, The Lack of Sleep in the Workplace, What the Psychologist Manager Should Know About Sleep, published by the Psychologist Manager Journal, they suggest that inadequate sleep has been linked to lapses of attention, impaired working memory, impaired learning, and changes in decision-making ability. These all play a role in the workplace, causing accidents and such. According to the Psychologist Manager Journal, there are well-documented links between insomnia and depression. In the article published by the Neurodiagnostics and Sleep Medicine Institute, they state that fatigue, irritability, concentration difficulties, disorientation, changes in mood, visual hallucinations, and paranoid thoughts are some of the problems associated with sleep deprivation. Personal relationships and daily efficiency suffers because of sleep deprivation. This includes increased irritability as a symptom of sleep deprivation, which makes day-to-day tasks maybe less bearable or less more difficult to handle. Academic performance can diminish if you're a student due to lack of concentration, memory, and not being able to absorb the information that you hear. The effects of sleep deprivation on an individual are frightening, but are only the piece of the puzzle in terms of how it affects the general population. Sleep deprivation raises costs for businesses, health insurance affects the economy, and is the cause of many disasters. Sleep deprivation comes at a price for business owners. The PM Journal suggests that of those workers who reported fatigue, 67.5% also reported health-related loss productive time at work. That costs equate to $136.4 billion a year. The Nursing Standard states that studies also have shown that persons with insomnia have the highest accident and absenteeism rates. Absenteeism means lost production time for businesses, which equates to lost time, money, production. Healthcare costs are rising because of problems related to sleep deprivation. For example, I was injured at work and had to file a workman's compensation claim. The costs for x-rays and such were very, very high. Luckily, the company paid all the costs, and The injury may or may not have been sleep related, but who knows, maybe it could have been prevented if I had practiced better sleep hygiene. The, um, the NSSM states that when such a significant problem arises in our healthcare system, the effects ripple out and affect every aspect of everyday life. Regardless if someone is or isn't experiencing a sleep disorder, the cost to healthcare continues to rise because sleep deprivation is underdiagnosed and recognized. The economy suffers because GDP is a product of factors in production for the economy. According to the Institute of Medicine, hundreds of billions of dollars a year are spent on direct medical costs related to sleep disorders, such as doctor's visits, hospital services, prescriptions, and over-the-counter medications. People who are unable to work due to direct or indirect consequences of sleep deprivation are actually costing the economy by being unable to attribute to the workforce. The NSSM presents us with some major disasters that are associated with human error due to lack of sleep. The Challenger space shuttle explosion in 1986, many Americans died in that. It was caused by a failure of ring seals, and the people responsible for the O-rings were sleep deprived because of deadline to launch. The Chernobyl explosion was actually caused by human error due to lack of sleep, and many people remember that. The effects still go on today and will for quite some time. All of these negative consequences associated with sleep deprivation can be erased by practicing good sleep hygiene. There are many ways to correct poor sleep hygiene. The Mayo Clinic suggests that you set your daytime foundation. Evidence shows that incorporating regular exercise into your daily routine can also help you sleep better, which is a part of your daytime foundation. Watching what you eat and drink, caffeine consumption, alcohol, it prevents the body from reaching the deep levels of sleep, which help your body recover. Eating a heavy meal before you go to bed, it increases your risk of digestive discomfort, making it pretty hard for you to fall asleep. The Mayo Clinic also suggests that you develop sleep-friendly habits, them being following a strict sleep schedule on the weekends, because the weekend, staying up all night, maybe partying, can carry on into the week and make it harder for you to catch up on your sleep cycle. Making your bedroom a sleeping room and not a rec room by taking out the TV, maybe not watching it, maybe putting your mobile devices far away from you so you don't feel tempted to get on them all night. According to the Mayo Clinic, there are some prescription and non-prescription sleeping aids that may help you get to sleep, but these aren't recommended. Melatonin is a chemical naturally produced in the brain and can be taken as a supplement. Lunesta and Ambien are prescription options that come with side effects like sleepwalking, headaches, dizziness, and maybe dependency. Sleep deprivation is a problem that goes unnoticed because many of us don't remember the last time we weren't tired. The feeling becomes normal, but that shouldn't be the case. This problem affects everyone and goes far beyond an individual's sleep problems. But hopefully the information presented to you can aid in spreading awareness so that others don't get stuck in the rut caused by sleep deprivation. Thank you.